Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. I'm Tobias, and this is Knife Chats. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Stick around, it's going to be a fun one. Got a couple of Victorinox knives here with the Alox scales. This is my Pioneer, this is my Farmer. Between the two, I definitely prefer the red Alox scales over the silver Alox scales. Now, a lot of people have mentioned that the silver ones will not show wear nearly as quickly as the anodized red ones will, and that might be true. But even when these start getting worn, I still like the way the red scales look over the silver ones. And by the way, the silver Alox knives, from what I understand, this is also an anodized coating, so as it wears, it will look different underneath. So, but it will not be nearly as noticeable as with the red. In any case, that's not really why I'm talking to you right now. Like I mentioned, this is my red Alox, and I really like that better. Matter of fact, I liked it so much that last year I decided to make it one of my goals to pick up more knives in the anodized red Alox scales. And guess what? The very last knife I picked up in 2020 was a knife with red anodized Alox scales, and it's one that I was looking for quite some time. And it's a very popular one, but I was holding out until I could get it in red instead of silver. Okay, enough rambling. You probably already know what the knife is. It is right there, the Pioneer X in red Alox. Now, the Pioneer X is probably the most popular of any of the Victorinox Alox knives. And I have been looking forward to grabbing one for the longest time. The only thing that was stopping me is I really wanted one in red Alox. They're much easier to find in the silver, and I have been tempted many times to pick it up in silver simply because of the frustration of trying to find it in red Alox. Every time I would go to a store and they would say that they have it in stock, I would get there, and as soon as I got there it was sold out. So just before the end of the year, on a whim, I looked at Knife Center and they had the red Alox in stock, so I went ahead and ordered one and grabbed it. I literally bought this knife on New Year's Eve, so this was the very last knife I purchased in 2020, which is kind of a testament to the year, because I was looking forward to collecting red Alox knives in 2020, and ended up getting one of the ones that I have been really excited to own at the very end of the year. So that was a plus for the end of 2020. So what makes this different than the Pioneer? Why is there an X? Well, the simple reason is the X marks the scissors. And that is why everyone wants the Pioneer X, simply because of the scissors. I wish the knife would have had a better name. I don't like the name Pioneer X, but hey, I like the functionality of it. This basically has the same functions as what you'll find on the Super Tinker. Where's the Super Tinker? Right here. So you got your Super Tinker, which also has the scissors down the middle, and it has a Phillips driver on the back. The more modern ones will have a hook in the center, and then you've got your punch blade on the back, plus a toothpick and tweezers. This knife fulfills just about every need that you have on the Super Tinker, with the exception of the toothpick and the tweezers. I know what you're saying, well, where's the Phillips driver? Well, every Swiss Army knife that has a can opener, the modern style can opener that Victorinox puts on all of their knives, if it's got this can opener with the little screwdriver, it has a number 2 Phillips driver on it. This tip here operates the same way that this driver does. So it is basically a flat Phillips screwdriver. So it covers that. And because this has the scissors down the middle, it has everything else that the Super Tinker has. The only thing it's really lacking is the back hook, the tweezers, and the toothpick. Things that a lot of people aren't crazy about anyway. And if you notice, ever so slightly thinner. Not much, but a little bit thinner than the Super Tinker. And obviously, because it's 3 layers thick, it is also thicker than the Pioneer. But for that cost, you end up with a pair of scissors down the middle. And anyone who knows anything about the scissors on a Swiss Army knife knows that these scissors are probably some of the best scissors you are ever going to find on a pocket knife, bar none. These are just fantastic scissors. These are the same scissors that you will find on any of the 91 millimeter knives out there by Victorinox. The only difference between the Pioneer type knives or the Alox knives and the Celador knives is the blade stock is a little thicker on your Pioneer knives. That's why the Alox knives are also much more popular, because they're a much sturdier built knife with a thicker blade stock and everything else. So, and speaking of blades, there's the main blade on there, typical of Victorinox knives. And then on the back side, you have that punch blade. Ooh, almost poked myself with it. But you got the punch there without the sewing eye, which is superfluous in my opinion, especially if you like these. And then the front tools, the can opener and little Phillips screwdriver or small screwdriver, and your 90-degree stop on your cap lifter with your flathead screwdriver and wire stripper there, and obviously the key ring, which a lot of people have a tendency to file off on these knives. I don't know why. I kind of like the key ring, but many people will clip them off and file that down. But there you have it. There's my Pioneer X, and I'm pretty excited to finally have one. And actually, after getting one of them, it's like, man, now I got to go back and get a second one. So hopefully they're not sold out, because this is one of those knives that I want one for the collection and one to throw in the pocket, because this is such a cool knife. And speaking of, I just found out also now that in 2021, the Victorinox has opted to swap out what they have been using for their Alox limited editions. For the longest time, what they've been doing with the Alox limited editions is they've been doing a classic SD, the Cadet, which is the 84 millimeter version knife with a nail file, and then the Pioneer. That's what has been in the limited edition knives for some time now. But for 2021, they have opted to mix things up, and they have removed the Cadet, and they have removed the Pioneer, which kind of shocked me. And they have replaced the Pioneer with the Pioneer X. I'm wondering if that was partly because of the popularity of the Pioneer X, or because they can make a little bit more money off of a Pioneer X. And then the other knife they have added to the mix is the Hunter Pro. So this will be the lineup for the 2021 limited edition Alox knives. Classic SD, Pioneer X with the scissors, and the Hunter Pro and Alox. And the first run of those is going to be an orange Alox. So that's kind of exciting. I don't know if I'm going to be buying them all. I had been collecting the Cadets and not the Pioneers or the Classics. And now that they've moved away from the Cadets, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Chances are I will probably pick up the classic SD because these two are probably going to be pretty expensive. In any case, that's the direction you'll be seeing with the Alox limited edition knives coming out soon. But for right now, I'm just going to savor my Alox Pioneer and well, stick around for some slides.
Yee doggy, I told you it was going to be a fun one. Sure hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a comment and give it that big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell and go out there and tell your friends there's another episode just around the corner. Thanks a lot for visiting. Really appreciate you being here. Talk to you again soon.